Hey guys, welcome back to the Stack Deck. I am Deck and I am here with a little structure deck opening. This is Spirit Charmers. This is probably my favorite structure deck other than the Crystal Beast one. However, I could not get a hold of the Crystal Beasts. Now, the reason I like this structure deck so much is because I use Familiar Possessed. And this actually has well, let's go ahead and go with what it says. So it's got 5 ultra rares, 4 fixed, 1 of 4 variant art cards. Those are going to be the Familiar Possessed Holo versions. 2 super rares, 35 commons, 1 of 5 super rare token cards. Another good reason to have this. And 1 of 5 double-sided deluxe game mats, dueling guide, etc. So it's pretty cool. You got the deck list over here. That's going to be pretty awesome. The tokens and the Familiar Possessed cards are the things that I want to go for the most. But I've got 3 of these. So stay tuned to the next video where I will be putting all 3 together to make a budget deck. However, we're just going to open up the structure deck as it is today. So, Familiar Possessed is one of those decks that it was always kind of annoying to build. The cards were pretty common, except you had to do multiple sets to get the cards. Alright, so set that to the side now, and we will start with opening up the actual game mat. Alright, so like on all New Age Yu-Gi-Oh products, the back of the game mat is actually the rules, some little tips and tricks, things like that. Those are all the token cards you can get. Those are all the structure mats. And then there's some like TCG art gallery stuff, which I think is really cool. And we actually got the sleeping charmer monsters, which remind me of like Digimon or something. Because you got the kids, and then you got their little, each one has their own like Godamon thing. And then we got the Spirit Charmer. So that's pretty cool. Now, this is the token that we got, the sleeping mat. I wonder if the mat you get is based on the token. I am not actually sure. Go ahead and open this up. And sometimes these are easy, sometimes they're annoying. So they used to have like a little, slidey tab on the bottom or something. Don't remember. Alright, so we got our token right there. That looks pretty cool. We got area. Hell yeah. Alright, Awakening of the Possessed, Nefarious Archfiend. We got Awakening of the Possessed, Greater Inari Fire. We got our Grand Spiritual Art, Ichirin. We got our Spirit Charmers. We got Regeki, really good staple card. Possessed Partnerships. We got Azza the Earth Charmer. We got Area the Water Charmer. The good thing about these Charmer cards is when you flip them, you actually take control of your opponent. So my Familiar Possessed deck, I have the Familiar Possessed is a beatdown deck, but I also have a Charmer deck. And the Charmer deck, usually you want to pick 2 or 3 elements to kind of run with it, and you put kaijus in it. So you give your opponent a kaiju, and then you flip this and you take the kaiju. You could do the same thing with like a lava golem and Hita, but you don't want to take that 1,000 damage. But you do clear their board. So if you need to just do 3,000 quick damage to them, lava golem on their field, take control of it, and then go for game. Win the Wind Charmer, Nefarious Archfiend, Eater Nefariousness, Gigabit, Inari Fire, Ranru, Fairy Tale Sleeper. These count for the trap card Unpossessed because they are 1850 beaters. Fairy Tale Rella, Fairy Tale Luna, Witchcrafter Golem Aruru. We got Dark Doriado, Witch of the Black Forest, Effect Veiler, Denko Seika, Awakening of the Possessed, Secret Village of the Spellcasters, very important, very awesome, because you will always have a spellcaster out with Unpossessed, so they will always not be able to activate spell cards. Spellbook of Knowledge, Terraforming to get that Secret Village, Book of Eclipse, Twin Twisters, Dark Ruler No More, Unpossessed, probably the most important card of the actual Unpossessed type, which is Charmer monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. If a familiar possessed monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 attack during damage calculation only. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, when this card is already face up in your spell and trap zone, you can spell summon one spellcaster monster with 1500 defense from your deck, which is what all the familiar possessed and a bunch of the fairy tales are, whose attributes is different from at least one of the destroyed monsters. So you use this, if area was destroyed, you could summon a Hita. If Hita is destroyed, you can summon a Win. So far like that. Let's see. Original attributes on the field in attack position or face down defense position. You can only use this effect of Unpossessed once per turn. Spiritual Earth Art Kuragani. Spiritual Water Art Aoi. Spiritual Fire Art Kurunai. Spiritual Wind Art Miyabi. Metaverse. Oh shit. Facebook has entered Yu-Gi-Oh! Dimensional Barrier. Solemn Warning. Pretty good. Familiar Possess Asa. Familiar Possess Area. Familiar Possess Hita. Familiar Possess Win. And then we got the Duel Links card. Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution card. And the Phantom Rage structure deck card. So I'm limited on what structure decks I can actually buy. The store that I go to doesn't... So we have a comic book store, but they don't sell Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. They only sell Magic. And the actual store, like the retail store I go to, they only have the Dark World structure deck and the Egyptian God structure decks. But because nobody was buying them, for some reason they decided to raise the price from $8 to $14. So that sucks. But, oh well. Next video, I will be going through what one of these decks has. I will then be showing you the promo cards from the other two decks. And then we will be actually playing through the full... Or we'll be making a budget deck out of all three decks. And it is starting to rain pretty fucking hard. Fuck. Oh well. I will see you all next time. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button. Peace.